Leo family, hello and welcome to your September 2024 Tarot Forecast. I'm Ms. Eden, and Leos, I'm super glad you're here. Welcome. This is going to be a general reading and message for Leo sun, moon, and rising signs. Y'all, if you don't know your moon or rising sign, a quick Google search for a birth chart calculator. There's also plenty of free astrology apps that'll get you your birth chart information as well, y'all. To all the subscribers, longtime subscribers that have been riding with me for a while, thank you so much for all your likes. Your comments especially have been really wonderful to hear and read and get all that feedback. Thank you for your shares. It really does help this channel. I mean, I'm not, all these readings are free for y'all, so it really does help when you guys interact and when you share, and it helps me especially when I hear your feedback, right? So that I know if I'm doing well with tapping in or if I'm just totally off for most of y'all. So that feedback really helps y'all. To all the new subscribers, because I know we have quite a few new subscribers, welcome. Super glad you're here and joining us. And this is definitely a conversation and a community that we're building. So I want to hear from y'all. How are these readings hitting for y'all in your lives? What's resonating, right? What's not, okay? Don't sweat it, Leo family. If you don't catch this video right after I post, know that whenever you do catch this reading, there is going to be something here for you that you need to hear at that moment. So I do hope that this message for my Leos, that there's something you can take away from this. And again, just thank you, Leo family, for all the love. All right, I've been feeling it. And if you like what you see here, Leos, I do have an Instagram. I don't mess with too many other socials, but my Instagram, that link is in my bio. Has all sorts of posts and things going up that don't always make it over to my YouTube. So if we want to keep growing that family, check me out and see what's happening on my Instagram as well, y'all. Sending y'all so much love. Leo, let's talk about the astrology for September before we get into your tarot reading. So I know I'm getting to this reading a little bit late. I do apologize, Leo family. Y'all have been so patient, and I know you've been at the end of the zodiac. I got hit with a little bit of not feeling great the last couple of days, which set me back additionally a little bit in getting this reading out to you. So again, thank you all for your patience. But as we came into September, past tense, right? On the 1st of September, we had Uranus going retrograde in the sign of Taurus. On that same day, we have Pluto, which is currently retrograding, moving back for its final time into the sign of Capricorn. There's been this dance recently with Pluto between Capricorn and Aquarius, and this is actually the final time that Pluto will be in the sign of Capricorn in our lifetimes, because Pluto transits through the signs of the zodiac are very long. Pluto went into Capricorn in 2008. Right? So while Pluto is retrograding, it's sliding back into Capricorn one last time before it powers forward into Aquarius in, I believe, mid-November, y'all. So that's a big deal, like a double whammy hitting us as we came into the month. I got to remember, we're past the first when I'm filming this. When we came into the month of September. Right, Uranus retrograde, and especially in the sign of Taurus, Uranus can really shake things up. It can help us learn new things, but it does that through really rocking whatever foundations are there to test and see if they're strong, right? So we can see a lot of sudden shifting and changes with Uranus, especially in Taurus. We might see it hitting kind of strongly with more storms or tectonic activity while Uranus is in Taurus. We might also have a lot of developments or shakeups, I should say, maybe in the financial sector, Taurus, right? But also Tauran rules our agriculture. It is an earth sign. So yes, material goods like money, but also material like agriculture and the food we grow, very much connected to the earth. So we could see a lot of shifts and changes in those areas while Uranus is transiting in Taurus. As these planets all retrograde, this is going to be a big period for us to reflect and review a lot of things that no longer serve us and do a lot of clearing work, y'all. Then on the 2nd of September, we had a new moon in Virgo, which was fantastic energy to plant new seeds for things that you want to begin seeing grow in the material world, the 3D world around you. Virgo is a wonderful energy to work with, to learn all that you need to about something, do your research, get everything organized, declutter. But it's also very much a sign about taking care of yourself, good daily routines and habits that help support you and lift you up. So we might have had a lot of emphasis, whether we were conscious of it or not, and a lot of focus going back onto what do I need to start doing in my life that's going to help bring me balance, feel stable, feel good, right? Maybe some of us have been taking on new diets. And I don't mean restricting things. I mean like rebalancing and getting all the nutrients we do need with just diet, what we consume. But also just like getting enough sleep. Are we exercising, moving our bodies, right? Are we allowing enough time for rest, play, and work? All that can kind of come in with this new moon energy. So it's a really great time to reset, especially during this big retrograde season, because we're going to have the energy pick up from here on out, Leos, to the up here on out, here from here to the end of the year. All right, it's going to be big shifts and changes. So these elements of the new moon can help support us, right, in giving us those good solid foundations to roll with all these changes and shifts that we might be experiencing. Then on the 17th of September, we have a very powerful full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces. That's going to be a time for us to, again, eclipse season is going to have a lot of fast changes and culminations kind of coming in, since it is a full moon lunar eclipse about endings, wrap-ups, culminations. With it being in the sign of Pisces, we might have more emphasis on our spiritual side, our spiritual development, trust your intuition. You might have more things popping up for you and messages in your dreams, in your meditations, moments of stillness. So this is going to be the first eclipse in this current eclipse cycle, where we can really take some good action to clear out and release a lot of stuff that, again, has been weighing us down and no longer serves where we are right now and where we are moving to, so that when we have that next eclipse, right after the one on the 17th, we can really take that with like launching ideas, because we have all this new space to receive wonderful, inspirational, creative new information, right? Because we've done the clearing work with this full moon eclipse. It might get a little spicy around that time, y'all. So just like be flexible, know what your grounding strategies are to make you feel somewhat stable during times of change, because it's not about trying to keep everything the same. The one constant in life is change, right, y'all? It's just about knowing what we have in our toolboxes to help us get through those periods of shift and change. On the 22nd of September, we also have the fall equinox with Libra season beginning. So moving from that earth sign Virgo into air sign Libra. Additional notes for this retrograde season. Don't forget, y'all, that Saturn is currently retrograding and Neptune are retrograding, both in the sign of Pisces. A lot of emphasis with Saturn, the taskmaster, kind of that stern father figure, demanding that we get really disciplined in Pisces about our spiritual development, our spiritual sides, our spiritual connections. Neptune is at home in Pisces, and so we might, again, just be having a lot more powerful messages coming through from our higher selves in our dream states, in our meditative states, in our moments of stillness, when we can let go of all that chatter from our day-to-day kind of ego-driven activities, right? I want to say just like our daily to-do list, not to say ego, because some people think that's a bad connotation, but right, like all the busy stuff in our adulting lives that keeps us from really tapping into those messages, which we have to be a little bit more quiet and still in order to receive, right? We can't do that when we're busy and doing all this other mumbo jumbo. So that is going to be, again, the themes for September, Leo fam, are big, fast, sudden changes coming our way from here to the end of 2024. A lot of these changes are going to be dealing with our top-down power structures and dynamics of power, with Uranus and Taurus and Pluto in Capricorn for that final time. Pluto and Capricorn both govern power structures, governmental power, all, top-down power, control, all that business. So a lot of truths are coming to light about what this structure has done for humanity as the collective, the planet, and a lot of us are finding that we are wanting to shift away from a more like ego-driven, there we go again, right? Ego-driven top-down power, and redistribute that power more laterally, right, to the masses, to us, to power to the people, more like, which is definitely that Pluto in Aquarius. Pluto power, Aquarius justice, power to the people, humanitarian community, right? That's where we're moving, y'all. It's important with all these shifts, Leo, that we stay really objective during this time, because it's going to look like it's getting worse, and it will be kind of getting worse before it gets better. But it's important, again, that we stay objective and see things very clearly, because these truths are coming to light to show us just how out of balance we are collectively. So ask questions, become critical thinkers during this time, do your research, check your sources, check their sources, right? All really important during these big shifts away from old paradigm structures. So Leo fam, that's the astrology. Thank you all for rocking with me through that. I wanted to get you those notes because it's definitely an important time of one where we're all kind of collectively changing. I'm not sure if I've talked to a single person who isn't feeling a big shift or pull towards change within their own personal lives, and of course seeing it play out collectively for humanity, right? So Leo, here we go into September. Here you are coming in, rocking it as the Magician. Yes, you are manifesting some shit. Let me just back it up a little bit, Leos, before we dive into this Magician. Like, a lot of what I see for you this month happening is like the result of your hard work, of your magician, your magic, like believing that you can do something, getting the plan and action of how you're going to do that, collecting your tools and your resources that you need, and then selecting the ones, again, like you have a lot of resources, a lot of tools, but you only need some of them at certain times. You need different tools for different purposes, and you've been wielding that knowledge just like precisely, very, very accurately, with clarity. And so what I see for my Leos a lot this month is like your ships are coming in. I was like, your trains are coming in? Yeah, no, your ships are coming in, right? Like, this is a big month for my Leos to see a lot of success, all right? But it's not always just like happiness and rainbows. Of course, there's always things that we need to keep in mind and balance. But overall, for my Leos this month, y'all are manifesting some beautiful shit. So there you are, starting out the month as the manifester. Work your magic. Alchemize that shit from what you've had up here in your mind, in your heart of hearts, in your gut of what you've wanted to create. And you're now able to like, oh, that's how I bring it forth into the real world. Nice, Leo. What have y'all been creating? Maybe if you can share, maybe some of y'all are still kind of in the process. It's like, it's wise to keep it under wraps while you're still in the process, right? Yeah, you guys are creating because you've tapped out, you're bored. You're not really interested in the energy, in like what's been offered to you in the past, the paths that you've been going down in the past are like, no, this really doesn't suit me anymore. I'm not interested. Emotionally, this doesn't fill my cup anymore. So this is the energy that surrounds my Leos. So right, you're using that magician energy to manifest something totally new and different for yourself. Awesome. That's what this energy that I was talking about with the astrology is really begging us to do. We gotta go down whole new paths, y'all, because yeah, you're like, I'm not feeling what's been offered. And so just keep in mind, Leos, that you are the magician. It does take a certain awareness, and the magician is the card number 1, so very much the card of like self, of ego, a masculine energy. So we can get very much wrapped up in our own power. But remember that as the magician, you have to have awareness that you're tapped into the greater power as well. And that's what's helping you work to alchemize that. It's your inner power, your power to alchemize the world around you, but also that power that comes from the connection to the universe, to your higher selves. And so make sure that as you're feeling dissatisfied with some things, some paths, some people, some situations, some jobs in your lives, that you're not missing the signs from your guides, the angels, again, your higher self. They're sending you signs to help direct you and tell you what tools you need and which, guide you to take the steps in new paths that you're going to figure out, oh, this is the direction I feel like I want to go, right? But we can't receive these messages if we're just staying stuck, focused on the lack, what we're not wanting anymore, right? Or how we don't have what we want yet. So some of my Leos might be taking some time out to themselves. Again, both of them like individual figures on the cards to start with. The Magician, the Four of Cups, might be taking out a little time out to figure out what is it that I want to alchemize, that I want to bring into reality around me. Because again, we have to get very clear right now. And I feel like this eclipse season is pushing a lot of us to figure out where we're just kind of meh about life. And we're like, the meh doesn't work anymore. We gotta boost that up to like excitement level, right? And here you are at the base. Yeah, right? You've been working hard, alchemizing. You have seen some victory. Or for some of my Leos, maybe you're awaiting that, but like you're anticipating that victory. You've been using your energy well. Okay? Hopefully, those of you that are getting this victory, you've been listening and open and receptive to those messages from the universe. Because again, they always come in packages we don't expect. You'll always get the answer. Maybe not the answer that you want, but if you put it out there, the universe will always reply. It's just never how we expect, right? So be open, be receptive. This is all about being seen by others for your victory. This is like you're and also like you're on the path to final victory. Like this is the parade back into town, right? Like the victory parade. So you're not there yet. You're on your way to like whatever this final victory is that you're manifesting, but you're still feeling pretty good along this path. So the goal for my Leos is to get here where you're on a path that you're like the whole path is feeling victorious. Even the mistakes, even the bumps, you're just like, ooh, that's fun. Okay, I learned through that. That's the energy that a lot of my Leos want to harness. They want to shift away from whatever's just kind of like, again, blah, meh, with that Four of Cups. In your recent past, Leos, you've had to be very clear-cut and truth-seeking, getting to the bottom of something. This is about becoming completely emotionally detached. There you go. So that you can clearly swords, mind, insight, truth, clarity, mental acuity, right? This is a strong mind, a very clever, smart mind, right? This queen is not interested in anything but the truth. So again, my Leos are like, I'm not interested in muddying around in paths that I'm feeling kind of about. Like, no, I know that something needs to change. Maybe I'm working on honing what exactly that path is looking like, but it can't be anything other than aligned with my highest truth. I'm not interested in anything else. This might also be that some of my Leos have had some very, it could feel like confrontational conversations, right? Because with this queen, it's the hand that's the threat. It's not the sword, right? It's like, come talk to me, but only be honest. Not here for your emotional BS, right? So could also indicate for my Leos that an air sign, more feminine air sign, has been at play in my Leos' lives in the past coming into September. All right, she can feel cold, detached, because again, she's not trying to get caught up in the emotions of the matter. She's just trying to cut straight through to the truth so that she can take that information and make a more informed decision without all the emotional clutter. So yeah, it can seem very harsh, detached, cold, not very comforting kind of energy. Sometimes that's just how we got to do. When you get emotionally involved, Leos, sometimes that can work out worse for us, right? Pardon me. Just had to take a little drink. So yeah, well, not like water, right? Not like a drink, but not, yeah. At the crown of my reading for my Leos this month is the Queen of Cups. So again, your focus is not on other people. It's not on other people's drama, other situations, the drama at work, the drama with family, the drama with friends, the drama with kids. You are bringing the focus back to, or understanding, if you're not doing it, some of my Leos are getting big signs from the universe that they need to bring that focus back to their own emotional well-being, filling their own emotional cup. Because again, your cups are feeling kind of empty. You're just like, ugh, what can I do to feel really good about like filling my emotional cup so then I can be my best self, so then I can be good for others, right? That's where I do feel like the word selfish is not bad. You need to fill your own emotional and mental well-being, your stores, so to speak, before you can go and take care of others. How are y'all going to do any of that when you're not taking care of yourself first? You can do it. I've said this to a lot of signs. Like, you can still do it without taking care of your emotional needs, but will you be able to do it well? And how long will you be able to run that cycle for before it just breaks you down? So just, again, understand that it's important for my Leos this month to bring the focus really back to themselves, to figure out, what do I want for my future? What's going to fill my emotional cup? And yes, that it's like you need to detach from the emotions. You've had to detach from all the emotional stuff so that you can get a lot of clarity about what emotional stuff you do want to let in. This could also be, for my Leos, a water sign, feminine energy, right? Mother figure, kind of like maternal kind of figure. Affecting the situation, crowning this reading. So again, we have some feminine energies coming into play, some strong female energies of the mind and of the heart for my Leos this month. Coming up mid-month, end of the month, yeah, there's that success, right? Like, you rode into town, you got home, and look at how you're sitting. So my Leos are gonna be feeling pretty good about all the work that you've been doing. You're gonna find whatever that path is that emotionally fills your cup, that maybe you were kind of not feeling at the beginning of the month or coming into the month. This is like wish fulfillment. This is knowing that you're emotionally content, you're secure, you're stabilized, you know those cups are there and they're full. You don't even need to look back. It's that confidence that you can now sit very confidently with, right? And if you like, it's like by taking care of your emotional self first, you have all this emotional strength and wellness to be able to take from and offer someone else if they need it now. But this is about you getting your wish, Leo. That's why it's really important that at the beginning of the month, you take the time that you need to get really clear cut about the truth of which direction my Leos want to go. That's going to lead you to feeling really good in your heart of hearts. It's interesting play, but like collaboration between mind and heart this month. It's like both have to stay separate, but then because they're separated, they can support one another. It's like this interesting little dance, right? Here and now, when my Leos come and catch this video, here you are right now. Like, you careful with all this success that you don't get led down the path of like illusions and delusions. Because again, here's that warning again. Like, remember, I just said, God, I'm nice. I feel tapped in for your reading, Leo. I feel really tapped in because I'm reading. I've looked at the reading, but I'm pulling cards, up as I get to them in their location in the spread. I'm not really looking ahead in the spread. So it's like whatever I just say, it's like, here it is in the card again. Yeah. it's like the separation of mind and heart that needs to happen in order for you to get a lot more clarity and truth about what is going to emotionally fulfill you. It's like you have to detach emotionally to get that mental clarity and understanding about what path you want to take. Because be very careful, Leos, not all these paths are for you. You might think like, oh, I want this, I want riches, I want fame. And then like you start working down that path. And again, illusion, delusion. You're like, ooh, I learned some truths that I don't want this path anymore. So again, give yourself the space and time. If you hit a bump, if you're going good, you're feeling good, and then bump, you hit another bump again, that's okay to take a step back again until you, focus back on yourself and your own needs, get quiet so that you can figure out your emotional, like your truths. What is true? What will you allow in your life now? What are the boundaries that you've set up for yourself, Leo? Because a lot of us have been doing boundary work this last year or so. I mean, maybe it's like a post-COVID thing. I don't know. But a lot of us are focused on like restructuring our boundaries. And so again, it's just allow yourself that space if you're feeling like, ooh, I'm to this place where I'm all my wishes are being fulfilled, so I can do anything. Remember the tact, the mental tact, the cleverness, the clarity that got you here. Again, that Queen of Swords. I don't have enough hands to pull it up right now. But it wasn't frivolousness and not thinking about things all the way through that brought you here, Leo. So don't go throwing all that away by being impulsive, by thinking and being pulled in like what society might tell you is fulfilling, which is fame, wealth, riches, right? Like accolades. For some, maybe that's and I know my Leos like to be seen. They're like my little shining stars of the zodiac. But recognize that, again, how many times have we been down paths where we think, oh, that's for us. And then we're like, oh, you know what? I learned that's not really the sport that I enjoy. I prefer watching that rather than playing it. Or I thought that I would like art, but it's visual arts, painting or something, but it's not really my thing. So again, this might be a little bit of trial and error, but don't invest anything too much into that trial and error period where it's going to take away that stability. Right? Just give it a little bit. It's fine to keep trial and erroring. Good to try new things, see if it works for you. But don't go like betting putting all your money in one basket, all your apples in one basket. You know what I mean? And then it be the wrong basket. Because people see you working hard. Here's how other people are seeing my Leos this month. They see you working hard, focusing on whatever those goals are for yourself, using a lot of your energy. They might even see you running yourself down. Because again, you got a lot happening, and we don't get a lot happening in our lives from doing nothing. We get a lot of action and change when we take action ourselves, Leo, right? And like take that initiative first, and then everything starts moving. So this is all about like, yeah, you've been grinding really hard. Also, just be careful that like, recognize how are you carrying your energy? Are you wearing yourself down? You got so many different strands that your energy is going in right now, Leo. Maybe so many different projects. Maybe you're trying to launch a bunch of new stuff, get a new team together. If you're like building a business, maybe at work you have a lot of different projects you're overseeing or managing. Maybe a lot of different things with family going on. Who knows? Whatever it may be. Are you carrying all that energy efficiently? Or are you, again, just running yourself down where you just need to take a pause, put down your sticks, recognize, I don't need to carry this so haphazardly. I can just put it down for a second, all my burdens, all my workload, rebundle it in a way that's more efficient, and then throw it over my shoulder, and boom, I can see the path ahead of me now. So again, this is very much like, this is how other people are seeing my Leos this month, but I think this is tied in very much with the Seven of Cups and like where you are here and now, Leo. Don't make extra work for yourself by choosing the wrong path. Because you've done a lot of hard work to get yourselves on the right path. So remember what that feels like, what the right path feels like, and when you're not in alignment with that, it's easier to recognize because you're like, oh, I lost my groove, right? Like, how do I get my groove back? Hopes, I might have said for this card, I'm sorry, hopes and fears. I'm just saying, I might have flip-flopped and said a couple of different things without recognizing. I want to just be clear. This is in the here and now for my Leos. I do think I said that, but at some point I'm like, hopes and fears was said somewhere. This is in the here and now for my Leos, this illusion delusion. And this is how other people see you, carrying your energy, right? So hopes and fears. I just want to make sure. I'm like, I feel like I muddled that somewhere. I apologize, Leo, if I did. Hopes and fears for my Leo this month are like you're ready to leave a situation for calmer waters. Again, you're ready to move along this new path because it'll bring you more contentment, right? It'll bring you more peace of mind, and you will be very much protected as you're forging ahead into this new and unknown part of life. But there's a little bit of hesitancy. There's like a nervousness, right? Of, is this the right path? Don't worry, there's others there to support you, right? Like you don't have to make that journey alone. And again, you are protected very much in the direction that you're heading. Okay? So you can lean into this change. Lean into setting sail towards calmer waters, Leo family. Because your final message for September is enjoy the new journey. That's it. Enjoy the new journey. Like you don't need the drama anymore. This is why you're, right? Here's what's coming up for you. Remember what's coming up in the future for September? So here you are. Yeah, like your wishes have been met. If you've been recognizing and listening and receiving, right? You've been, oh wow, yeah. Make sure we express some gratitude with that. Be appreciative of all that you have. Because then that new journey, again, is just going to be filled with more excitement than fear. Because here's the other card that fell out for my Leos. It's the Sun. You can't ask for a more perfect ending for Leos this month. It's like, follow that new trail because it's only going to be sunshine lollipops. Not only, there's going to be ups and downs to everything, but this is like one of the most positive cards in the deck. Sunshine. You're shining light onto things that were in the darkness. You're not wanting to live in a negative space anymore. You're all about contentment, joy, happiness. You now understand more deeply, Leos, what it is that makes you happy. And you're willing to go on these new journeys to get that with the Fool card. Totally new paths. Be ready to jump. That's exciting. That's exciting because remember, you have the tools. Remember where you came in the month? You have all the tools you need to make this an incredible journey. So I got to hear from my Leos this month. How are your journeys turning out for you? I want to know the sunshine that's in your lives. Leo fam, feel free to come back and check this video out mid-month, end of the month to see how this hit and resonated. I'm excited for my Leos in September. Sending y'all so much love. Happy September, Leo fam. Bye.